Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So I hope you enjoyed the live video that we did yesterday. We had a lot of fun doing it, and it was nice that we had all the supportive people, visiting us, or whatever you want to say, come and hanging out with us while we were doing the video. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm working on today. And behind me I have one of my English wheels, and this is one of them that I've made a long time ago. And then I have also my planishing hammer. And one of the things is, when I'm using the welding table, I can't stand stuff on my welding table. It just becomes a collect-all. So stuff ends up getting, dumped on the table if you're looking for nuts and bolts and whatever. And like right now, it's got all the gifts that I got for Christmas and stuff. And it's got the metal brake. And that's gonna be another video. I'm gonna actually build a metal brake. And I got a pipe anvil that I'm going to be building, and a couple other tools that I'm going to be building for the shop in the next couple of days. If I could do it, if I can get everything all collected together. And I got a bunch of lights to put up and just so much going on right now. But anyways, I like to use, sorry about that. I like to use my toolbox to put stuff on, and then at the end of the day, I'll clean up my mess, put everything away, and then, I'm kind of like OCD about stuff. I like it to be nice and clean and organized. And at the same time, I'm a hoarder, so go figure. So Heidi's working on trying to get a table, a new welding table that I can put over here in the front of Rogue. That way I have a table that I can use to do all my welding and fabrication or whatever. And then we're gonna either turn this one into a layout table, or we're gonna buy a layout table. We're not sure yet. If not, I'm gonna buy a mag drill, and what I'll do, here, let me flip this camera around real quick. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna buy a mag drill if we don't get another table, and I'm gonna drill this table so that it has the, like every 4 inch or whatever it is, it'll have the increments, it'll have the holes on the table, so I can use those to do, to drop the Bessie clamps and stuff like that in there, and have somewhere where I can clamp everything down to the table. After so many years of welding stuff to the table and then grinding it off, it just ends up screwing a table up. So I'd like to keep one table designated just for doing welding and fabrication, like this table. And then over here in front of Rogue, I'd like to put one of my little benches right here. I'd like to put a big ass like 4x10 or 5x12 layout table, or I might even do it over here in this corner and put some lights above it, so that I have a spot where I could actually put car bodies and stuff on, and car frames, and do layout and stuff on those, and I know everything is straight and true and whatever. But anyways, before I get all crazy on the subject and get off the subject, so what I want to do is I want to take, because like I was saying, I can't stand stuff on this welding table. I'm going to take the planishing hammer, English wheel, and they're not going to be high enough right now. It's going to drop them 4 inches, because this is at 38 inch and this is like 30, I believe it's 35 inch. I don't remember. But anyways, it's a little bit lower. And what I want to do is I want to mount the English wheel here, planishing hammer here, and then I'm going to make a setup so I can put some body hammers and stuff right here. And I might do some, put some plate in the center so I can, put some WD-40 and stuff. Because when I'm using the English wheel, I'll spray the anvils, I'll spray the wheels with WD-40 so that you can roll it real easy. And I have these, this one's unbolted, the English wheel is, the planishing hammer, I gotta unbolt that, and then I'll get these put on this table. And then as I'm doing this stuff, I'll just run the camera and I guess let you guys watch. So this table I had in here a while back, I had my English wheel and my planishing hammer mounted on it. I didn't like the setup that it was at, but right now, like I said, it's frustrating having everything on the welding table. I'm gonna get this stuff taken off because I gotta do the doors and the hood and all that stuff for Rogue. And I wanna make sure that I'm set up for it. And this stuff being in the way, I wanna be able to still use it. And it's a pain in the ass when you take it off the table and you sit it on the ground. You gotta bolt it back on the table, use it, and then unbolt it, take it back off the table. So this table, I had this stuff mounted on a while back, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it mounted back on there again. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do some little compartments or a couple spots on there where I can hold some tools and some dollies and whatever. If I have room, I'll put some other stuff on there, but we'll see what happens. thing is heavy. See, the problem is right here is on an English wheel, instead of having it down low like this, you want it right here in your face. That's why I had it up so high. Right here is like perfect where it was. That way you can watch the metal shape. This is a little low, but if I have to, I'll put some extenders or some little bit longer legs or wheels or something on this table and lift it up a little bit. So this is kind of a temporary deal right here. Well, I'll go ahead and get the planishing hammer hooked up on here. And if I do any welding or whatever, I'll turn the camera back on. So I reversed the English wheel and the planishing hammer. So one aims this way, one is that way. And they're nice and stout on here. These plates were on there before. And then now I have a spot where I can hang like WD-40 when I spray the wheels on the English wheel, or the dies on the planishing hammer. I can hang that here. And then this sits up here nice. And the air hose that's always in the way when I'm not using it, just dropped it down one of the legs there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make a spot where I can hang a couple tools that I need when I'm using this thing. You know, some hammer racks or whatever you wanna call them, holders. And then I have another piece that goes with this. I'd like to put the pieces on here. That way everything's together instead of being in the bottom of a toolbox drawer. All right, so I ran out to the other shop real quick and I had some, this is galvanized, it looks like. You gotta be careful. Don't be breathing. When you weld galvanized and when you cut galvanized, it puts out a green, nauseous, poisonous gas. Be careful not to breathe that. Make sure you got good circulation, ventilation, all that good stuff. The saw that I'm using is an Evolution saw. It's a cold cut saw. You can cut it and put your hand right on it when you're done. And it's not ice cold, but it's warm. It's not hot to the touch. You're not gonna burn yourself. And then the ends that it cuts off they're just nice and smooth and flush and clean. And it's almost like they've been, cleaned up with a what do you call it? A reamer. You know, they're just super smooth. And Evolution is one of our sponsors, and I love this saw. I mean, we've been using the heck out of it. The other thing is, get yourself some 1, 2, 3 blocks, and all they're machinist blocks that bolt together. You can see the threads inside the holes, a couple of the holes there, and you could bolt them together like this or whatever. If you need to maybe run out a piece of the pipe out and have something for it to lay on the other side on the table or whatever. But what I'm using it for is just a quick reference instead of taking a tape measure and every single time making a cut, what I'm doing is I'm running the blade down, not while it's running, of course, and I'm marking it with the 1, 2, 3 blocks, either this way or this way, so I have that stop right here. And that's probably what I'll do is I'll use this. So I can bump it up to here, and I'll run the pipe out to here, to the end of the 1, 2, 3 block, and then I'll make my cut right there. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I gotta make one cut first, just so I can get this. This one's all bent up on the end. I'm gonna get all that crap off there real quick. Make sure you wear earplugs too, because this thing is super loud. Any of these saws like this power equipment, you wanna wear safety glasses and earplugs. And I gotta grab my glasses. Thanks, Ron, for the glasses, brother. Love these things, man. They're awesome. And what else? I squared the face up on the saw so that the pipe is running through here nice and square, so my cut's nice and square. And it makes it real fast when you take the 1, 2, 3 block, stick it up here, bump this, you got your 2 inches. On a 1, 2, 3 block, it's just, it's 1 inch this way, 2 inches this way, and it's 3 inches this way. That's why they call them that. But these are just machinist blocks, but they come in use for so many other. I'll do another video on these one of these days and show you some cool uses for them. But all I did is I cut this crappy stuff off, got it out of the way, brought the pipe through here, take the 1, 2, 3 block. Then I know my next cut is going to be right there, and that's going to give me my 1 inch that I want. Yep. So by going 2 inches off of this, and there's a 1 inch offset, it's going to give me a 1 inch cut, and that's all I want, because all I'm gonna do is hang hammers to this pipe. So that should work out good. I'll go ahead and get the rest of these cut. Well, I'm gonna hurry up. I don't want this to be a long ass video, but I'll show you, like, I guess you could call it like a tech tip or something. I almost went like that and swept all these metal deals, and they always get in your hands if you don't have gloves on. Just take your square, lay it flat on the table, and you know, it's just a simple trick, but a lot of guys don't realize that. You know, use that side or that side, whatever. But anyways, I got these all cleaned up. I took a die grinder and cleaned up the outside of it. Not gonna worry about the inside. And you know, that saw cuts so nice that you can almost just weld them together and go. But this is what I'm going for right here. Just line these up and weld them together, and then I'll get them on that side right there and get them welded up. That way I got somewhere to put my hammers. Well, some of that crap, I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I hit record and it didn't record it, so whatever. Now it's starting. smoke that's coming off that, you gotta be careful not to be breathing that. Just turn a fan on or something. All right, so I blew some of this air out of here, and then that way I'm not smelling that stuff. And then I got this welded on there real quick, and this will be nice because now I have somewhere to hang the extra body hammers. Yeah, that'll be sweet. You know, and you know, a lot of times, like when I'm using my English wheel or I have my beater bag next to me or something, I have to walk across the shop to grab a hammer, and it's nice when you just reach over and grab a hammer that you need, and it's right here. That'll work out pretty cool. And like I said, I'm gonna do some extensions or something on here, or maybe I'll add something here to raise those up a little bit because they need to be about 4 or 5 inches higher. I was noticing too that my hose, I've had this thing for so many years, my hose is starting to go bad. So I need to get a hose put on that before it blows up in my face. But I'm sure there was gonna be some other stuff that I'll do this, but for now I'm gonna call that a night. It's starting to get dark outside. Lots of snow, had to plow all day, wiped out, shoveled, and long day. But anyways, it's like 5 o'clock or something like that, so I'll go ahead and split out here. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. Later.